You should just go to
Where is it? Here.
speaker
No.
at the top next to view.
Here it is. Here it is. I got it now. I found it.
Cool.
I forgot to turn on show me as an active speaker. So that way it would pop up with me. So like I was talking and it was just staring at your head and I'm like, that's going to make for some really boring content. If we're just staring at your head as you're taking a dab because you're listening. Okay. Turn the mic a little bit more so that it's actually picking me up. All right. So yeah, been a week. Let's get into some silly fucking stony thoughts that I came across and laugh at some shit on a Shedtime podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime Podcast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Shedtime Podcast. And yes, it has been quite the week already. And for those of you who are listening fresh on a brand new episode, well, it's the start of a new week for you. So cheers to you.
Hell yeah.
But I just got to say, I was very gassed. I actually found a couple 12 packs of that Fruit Splash Canada Dry still and was like, oh, I got to snag one before they're completely gone. I'm sure they're going to be gone by the time that this episode airs, but I was gassed to find one.
That nice little purple thunder.
Oh, it's been so long.
I can't find them anywhere. Hopefully my region hits them soon.
Yeah, it's weird because it was supposed, from what I understand, it was supposed to be like a Circle K exclusive. But dude, I find them at all kinds of just random like gas stations and liquor stores now.
Well, hopefully I start finding them because I don't have that Circle K anywhere close to me. I'm not traveling out of state because I know they're like very common. Oh no, I've seen some in the city, but still, I ain't going that far. We're talking a couple hours drive just to get a Mountain Dew. I like Mountain Dew, but your boy ain't that into it.
I hear that. I hear that for sure.
So I was talking at the beginning here in the cold intro about some weird stony shower thought type things that I came across that I was like, yo, I want to run some of these by people because this shit is some crazy thoughts. Some of them actually made me laugh out loud and I was like, oh, I got to share this with everybody. So one of them that really got my attention was for the lack of communication and ability to reach people alongside no DNA matching, caught 60s and 70s serial killers must have been really stupid.
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah, like you had to be a sloppy motherfucker to get caught back then.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. So what I just recently watched this thing that was on Netflix and I can't remember what it was called, so my apologies. But it was basically about this woman who went on, she was like an actress or like an aspiring actress or like someone who's been trying to be an actress for a while. She was like in her 30s. And she ends up going on a dating show because her agent.
Oh,
like,
yeah. And she
coverage. I she ends up like matching up with this dude who is a fucking serial killer. And like it was based on like real events, right? This dude ended up getting like convicted and like I don't think that he got put in the death penalty because it was in California, but he had like life sentences. He ended up like coming up on bail and they were like, nah, you're staying there forever, fam. So like he was convicted, I think, of like 7 or 9 like murders / rape murders, but they think that he could be, it was over 100. He could have killed over 100 people because it wasn't even just women. So like the dude got caught, but he did it to a lot of fucking people before he got caught. So like, I mean, at some point it's just, you're bound to get caught. Like, it's not like people are just killing 3 people and getting caught instantly. It's not Criminal Minds over here.
You know what's crazy, Chris, is like I literally heard about this before they even did like the Netflix doc or whatever. Probably like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years ago. Like, I think it was like on a Rogan podcast or something. They're talking about it. And they literally brought up the date. It was like the dating game, like that old TV show from back in the day. And like they brought up the episode with him on it. And like she ends up picking him out of the 3 dudes. And they never end up going out on the date. Luckily.
Well, they didn't go to like this resort in San Diego. They got like a 1-week resort.
Yeah, they were supposed to go and they didn't.
Yeah. So in the movie, like whether or not it's like at all close to accurate, but like in the movie, she does pick him. And then after the show, he's like, we should just go and grab a drink and kind of like just get to know each other a bit better. We're going to be like with each other for a week. And like the vibe was so bad that she was like, I'm not doing it. And so, yeah, they never went. So they did go outside of the show.
Yeah, but they didn't do like,
but the vibe was so bad that she's like, I am not fucking going to that resort.
It's like the stories of like, I heard a story about like, is either somebody's mom or somebody almost got picked up by Ted Bundy or some shit. Because like he would do the thing where like he would like act like his car is broken down sort of shit or whatever.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And like she like pulled over to ask him if he needed help or whatever. And luckily he didn't snag her up or whatever, but she found out obviously after when all the fucking case and shit came out on the news and stuff. And she's like, holy fuck, I dodged a fucking major bullet.
Literally and figuratively. God damn.
Yeah, it's like I avoided death.
Well, to shift gears into a lighter topic, this one's a hot take. This one's a real hot take, but I know at least James and now my all these dangle clacks today. I love this because now my camera's like, and I quit. Thanks, camera. You're back. Anyway, hot take, and I know this one might just hit me and James a little bit in a spot, but Funko Pops are precious moments for millennials, like the precious moments figurines.
And that's actually pretty true.
And the justification, the average Funko Pop consumer is 35 years old and has a shelf full of weirdly big-headed collectibles that their grandkids won't know what to do with.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty accurate.
They're not wrong.
That's boldly accurate, right?
They're also the new age bobblehead.
I agree with that.
Because you don't see bobbleheads anymore. You might be able to get a bobblehead pop. Because for a while, all like the Disney ones had to be bobbleheads. Did you know that? That the only ones that were bobblehead Funkos were the Disney ones and stuff? Because
never
of
noticed
licensing
that.
or some shit? I believe it was Disney.
I could believe Disney wanting to do that, though.
Just to make them different, to make them stand out compared to the other ones.
I never even liked bobbleheads, man.
I thought they were funny, but like I never was like, oh, I need to have a bobblehead.
Yeah, like, I don't own a single Funko Pop
Dude,
or
honestly,
a bobblehead, but
I did have a bobblehead, but it was like a baseball trophy from like growing up. And instead of having like a dude's like head, it was a baseball with a helmet on. And it just, did its little thing.
I got a couple. Like I have one in here that my wife has had forever since she was a kid. And it's a vampire inside of a coffin.
Dude, we know somebody who has a bobblehead of himself.
Well, I have a Tony B one also. There's Tony. I see him now.
I was gonna say Sammy also has one of himself.
It's true.
Which is so weird.
Yeah.
Like I remember him telling the story, and like there's a story behind it, but like, who would want I don't want anything of myself. I don't even want a picture of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, not because like I hate myself. It's just like, I don't care enough to like even want that.
If I want to look at myself, I just gotta look in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I sit in a fucking call like this enough that I can see myself in peripherals even.
I spend enough time on camera to know what I look like. I don't, you know what I mean? Because there are times, dude, where I do catch myself looking at myself when we're like hanging out and shit in like Discord or, dude, even during shows.
Oh, during shows I might, because I might be like, oh, dude, is my hair fucked up, or like how
It's not
haggard
even
my
so much
beard
that,
look?
dude. It's just like somehow I just end up just. I think it's mainly because it's usually when I'm talking. Sometimes, like when I'm more so talking to chat, because I don't look at the camera too much anymore. Like I've kind of gotten off that because I always just look at you guys when we're doing like live streams and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I'm just like talking to chat, most of I'm like looking at myself, or no, maybe I'm looking at chat. I don't know.
So
It's
usually
weird.
I'm looking at the chat in our lives, but like I notice it too because like it happens even here, and like it's why I'm starting. Like I have a focal point that I look at so that I'm kind of looking at the camera, but I'm not, and I'm not staring at myself on the screen because like break the fourth wall for listeners / viewers out there. Like recording this, I obviously have to put on the screen and record in the meeting what you, the viewer, gets to see, and so like I can easily do the same thing and just get distracted and be watching myself talk to you guys. And then like,
I think that's part of it too, is like, I really do think I have some form of like ADHD or some shit. Cause dude, I can't not be doing something. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't sit still and I'm easily distracted by visual cues. You know what I mean? Like something will catch my eye and then I you know what I mean?
it's
like,
Dude, it's so funny. Like I need all that extra going on so I can concentrate on what I want to concentrate.
See, sometimes if I got too much going on, dude, like I'll get lost in one thing and zone out.
Don't get me wrong. There's times, James, I get lost in the sauce, bro. But that's more like in real life.
I know,
and
bro.
Occasion and like online. Like I'll just get zoned right out.
You don't have to explain, bro, because I know.
Bro, we have a whole catchphrase on the show called "Welcome to the show, Chris."
Yeah, welcome back.
We know. Honestly, some of those are my favorite moments.
And hey, and we're not shaming you, because I'm sure there's plenty of times where that's happened. Dude, during the green room, there's plenty of times where I catch myself being like, "Wait, what happened?" Because like I'm checking stream, reading chat. Look, I'm like multitasking. Like while we're streaming a lot of times. So like sometimes I just get lost because I'll either get lost in reading chat and then not really paying attention to conversation. And then I'm like, wait, hold on. What'd you say? What was that?
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing, right? Is like something has to get neglected.
Oh,
we can only give so much attention to any one thing. So like in the live stream situation, it's like I could either give more of my attention to chat and actually pay attention to what's going on there, or I can neglect the chat and pay attention to the conversation over here. And
do you see? I can do both. Like what I can do both. I can totally zone out for sure. But
I can read chat and listen at the same time.
Both.
But majority of the time, it's just like you're saying, Chris. It's like I just get so locked in that, you know what I mean. Like sometimes, things will fade out for a second, and then I'll snap back into it. I'm like, oh wait, what? Hold on, what happened?
Yeah, and see, sometimes I just personally need the chaos to be able to concentrate on the right in front of me.
I will say,
like, if we have no music, I'll get lost in my head. So, sorry, if I have no music, I'll get lost in my head, and I might not pay attention to the conversation because I'll be thinking about a million things. But when there's music, it's like everything in my brain, I'm like almost singing along to the music in the front and the back. But in the front, I'm like, yo, I'm talking to these two dudes who I love. I need to pay attention. It's weird.
I have that ridiculous visual of just like a whole bunch of mini Chris's in the back, just like jamming out around the like bunch of filing cabinets. Like, we cool, we living life. And that way, like,
dude, I probably have so many little dudes back there.
Dude,
doing some heavy lifting.
Sometimes the whole
now,
office vacates, bro, and everybody's partying. You know what I'm saying?
It's an office party.
Yeah, dude.
Those are fun days, man. I like those days. There's been a few podcasts where they've ended, and I'm like, there's a circus going on in there, and everybody's in the tent. Oh man. All right, to bring it back to some more of these weird stoner thoughts, this one's an interesting conspiracy theory. So I'm just going to put it out there. This is an interesting conspiracy theory. Job applications are being used to collect and sell data. That's why large companies have positions available that they never hire for.
Yo, that's crazy. I mean, it makes sense though. That's crazy.
Like, that's a hell of a thought. Like,
I mean, do you think for even a second that's not true?
I mean, I entirely can believe it. Like,
I believe it 100%. Like, it definitely happens.
Like 100%, I can believe it. Do I have proof? No,
absolutely not.
But I can.
Am I willing to go through the work to get the proof? Absolutely not.
Nah.
But I totally think that that's true.
Like, I would not be like, you could come out with a headline news tomorrow about it. I'd be like, yeah, that's not shocking to me. Maybe that's just a commentary on our world that we're just like, yep, that makes sense.
I mean, there's probably far more creative ways to get your information than that too. But that I definitely think is happening all the time.
Here's a high thought for you guys. It just came to my head right now. Just because I was trying to think of like a really stupid high thought, but then this one came to me and I'm like, wait, this is actually kind of profound. Okay. So is it you that feels like when you touch your hand, is it you feeling your hand? Like this hand feeling this hand? Or is it your skin feeling the touch? You know what I mean? Like, that didn't work out as well as it did in my head. It came out way better in my head.
I feel like you're thinking, like, is it this hand that's touching that's telling you that's happening?
Yeah,
or is it the bottom hand
that's what I meant to say.
That's telling you
so
it's happening?
What is it? Which one is it, bro?
I don't know. Like, when you move your hand down, you can feel it. Honestly, it's funny because I feel it far more on my arm that's getting touched than my fingers.
But you want to know what's crazy? Is you have way more nerve endings and like touch sensors on your hands than any part of your body.
Well, I think about this too, right? Flip the perspective. You still feel the fact that you're touching someone else.
Yeah, but is that only because there's not two reactions of yourself happening? So that's why. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, dude. I was just really trying to get like real deep and think of something crazy. I mean, and it didn't work out, man. Hey,
I'm gonna say
this. Sometimes we lose. You know what I mean?
Content, bro. Don't even sweat it.
I will say this. Having eaten mushrooms enough times, I can confidently say I felt them both, man. It was heavy. But I also saw the walls breathe, so take that for what you will.
I felt some heavy shit. Most definitely.
I thought I was fucking Genghis Khan for 35 seconds, all right? Like, that was a heavy trip. So, take that for what you will. But in the strange stoner thoughts, too, this person says, you don't really see the giggly stoner stereotype anymore. It used to be that stoner caricatures involve being giggly and holding back laughter. Did we change so people don't have giggle fits anymore?
People still
have giggle fits. You are, but I laugh all the fucking time when I'm fucking stoned.
I mean, I laugh a lot when I'm not stoned also.
That
to be
too.
fair, but dude, like...
You guys see me when I'm sitting in Discord watching my YouTube videos. There'd be times where I'm just sitting there like cracking up and you guys are like, what are you watching, dude?
Oh, well, yes, that is definitely true.
And dude, I'm just sitting there just like with this fucking just high as shit, eyes barely even open probably, and I'm just got the biggest shit-eating grin on my face just laughing to myself, bro.
Because if like people are talking about like when you first started to get stoned, It's called "You're Not a First Time Get Stoned Person. You are a seasoned veteran." It's like
that's what
how
I
often
think
do
they're
you see
talking
people
about.
in like their 30s and 40s that are getting blackout drunk and puking without having like an alcohol, like they're an alcoholic.
Yeah, it's like you're used to the sensation, so it maybe doesn't hit you quite.
It's like a functioning alcoholic, a functioning stoner. Like you just get used to it.
I will say this, dude. It does take me a lot more to get to the point where I'm like super just like dumb giggly, just because I'm just ripped. You know what I mean? I think that might be part of it, Chris. I think you're onto something there. Because it could be, I feel like it could probably just be like a tolerance thing. You know what I mean? Like over time.
It's just like a thing.
Well, it's like, I guess I don't know if it's a tolerance thing or it's just like you're used to getting high. Things, you're not like, everything's not so new and fresh. And even if you got high in the first couple of years of getting high, it's still only a couple of years of like a life that's probably at least 14 years old. So like, it's not that crazy. Now, for people like us that have been getting high for decades, it's
because you already know what to expect. I feel like back in the day, you never really quite knew what was going to happen. Like, you kind of knew, but you didn't know how far you were going to get, you know, back in the day. Because like sometimes you get some good shit, sometimes you get some bad shit. And now we're at the point now where pretty much everything you're getting is pretty good. You know what I mean? Not only that, but it's also pretty potent nowadays and stuff like that.
I think another thing too is the fact that, like, you know, when you think about the stereotype and the caricature, right? Like that really harkens back to like reefer madness, right? And the whole idea that you got stoned and now you're sitting in the corner like a crazy person giggling in madness to yourself. And yes, as junior bakers, we all have those moments where we get so dumb high, we're like, holy shit, I can't believe how blasted I am. And we all just bust out in laughter. It definitely happens. But I agree with you guys. It's like it's a experience you get in the beginning of your experience, but it's not something that carries on through.
But the one thing I will say, this is maybe from my own like experience, like me getting high right now, you know, at my house, you guys all in your own homes, right? And like we're on camera and we're getting high, whatever. There's times that like we will get carried away with something, but we always manage to like somewhat keep it on the tracks because like number one, we are making a podcast. We want to sound like not absolute idiots all the time. But if we were in real life, dude, I'm telling you what, if I had like a couple beers and got stoned and I was like chilling with you guys, I'm definitely going to be way more amped. Like my energy levels are going to go from like here to fucking like off the charts compared to just here, like just chilling with you guys here. You know what I'm saying? So like socially, I feel like I still almost get that high. I just don't get really high and be around a ton of people in real life all that often. Because like I found that like last year, so like in April, right, when we were at Will's, I felt like that weekend I probably only hit like 12 Dynavaps and like maybe like 4 dabs total. But I just felt like I was just like riding a high the whole weekend. I was like having a better time than normal. Like all these different feelings and like excitements were there. Even just like driving to like your house and then driving together there, like all these things were exciting for me. So I was just kind of like always riding that already. So I only need like a little push, and then I'm there. Then I'm like not euphoric, like that's not what I'm saying, but you know what I mean? Like I'm like elevated of what I normally would be. But I just rarely, like, I don't know how often you guys get like super stoned and you go do a bunch of stuff with people in real life. Maybe an individual person.
Well, let me tell you this, Chris. I don't go anywhere, bro. I fucking go to work and I stay here.
Like going to the meetup is different, right? You're surrounded by people.
Well, yeah, it's the energy of, you know, the people around you, the scenario, like whatever the vibes are, whatever, you know, just like the overall just aura of the situation, you know what I mean? And like, and it's always different when you're in person, bro, because you literally feel other people's energy because you're in the same space. You know what I mean? You're able to be a little bit more intimate than we are, even though we can have the same conversations here that we would have in person. There's just that little bit extra added to it, being able to actually physically have a person in front of you,
or
that
like you say
touch,
something
or
funny and I can like
yeah,
hit
you could
your arm and
slap
be like,
you, push you, give you a high five. You know what I mean? Fucking all that.
And like whenever I would get that high when I was younger, I was always around friends. Like I was always around people. And I want to make it clear though to everybody out there listening. I'm not saying that I can get the same high by being just around people in real life now, like being around friends and being excited. And I get as high as like when I first started to smoke weed when I was like 13, 14 years old. I would clearly say no, because that time I was like trying it every time. It felt like the first time because you try different weed every time. And now it's like, I know exactly what I like and I just stick in my lane. There's like 2 lanes on the highway that I can ride in on like a 4-lane highway.
I like that metaphor.
Yeah, dude. Because I can rock indica, like
Dude,
hybrid, like with a more indica than sativa, and then that's it.
speaking
Like I
of
can't go
indica,
the other 2 lanes.
boys, check out this shit I just got, dude. I don't know if you're gonna be able to read it. Onion burger.
Oh,
It's a cross between GMO and Donny Burger, which I believe Donny Burger is also a GMO cross of some sort. So it's like GMO, other stuff.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I'm about to take a dab ski right now, dude.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was tell you guys about it.
I kind of want to know what you think
Dude,
about it.
on the nose, bro, it smells insane. It's got all those terpy notes that you'd like, Chris. Them funky umami, just like
Give it to me. I love that.
it's gonna be awesome. Where's my dab tool?
I don't know what it is. Like, I just love that. Like, there's a few different kinds of like profiles that I do like the taste of, but some of them I just don't like the high of. And so, like, I don't really taste those profiles very much because they're kind of in those worlds of where I don't necessarily enjoy the high. Like, it doesn't work for me. But man, I think that now I'm so far removed from smoking like anything that sometimes like I'm just like, man, you're living, bro. You can like really taste all this shit. Like you're just trying these strains. You can taste it so good. You know, like obviously doing like DIY e-liquids, like I can fuck around with all different profiles and just try them and see what they're like. If I like them, if they're not good, whatever. It's great. I've come a long way from like smoking a pack and a half of cigarettes a day and like could barely taste shit.
Can't argue with that. I can't argue with that at all, sir.
Dude, like, so this January, I'll have been vaping and have quit cigarettes. Sorry, at the end of this month, January 29th, I think it was, for 9 years. Since I quit smoking. Because I quit smoking, I think, in January 29th of 2016.
So 9 years would be 16.
So I'm pretty sure. Because I can't remember. I remember that I quit just before my birthday, and I think I was 35.
I know it. I know that I had quit September of 2016. And I know that because I got married April in 2016. And that was that day was an experience that made my wife and I both decide that, like, yep, we're gonna really commit to vaping now. Like, we're gonna really, genuinely attempt to kick the butts. It took me a little while, but by September, by September, loyal to the coil ever since.
Yeah, because like I bought my first vape well before that.
Yeah,
I actually had quit for like a couple times, like multiple weeks without like a single cigarette, and like I was just vaping, and then like I'd have like some disaster and I'd be like at work, and then I just would fucking buy a pack of cigarettes because I'd be like fucking sweating everything and just
this vape's just not cutting it, man.
Well, no, it'd be like, man, this vape keeps on fucking breaking, bro. Like that was a problem. It's like, or my battery would die and I have like no way to charge it. And like I didn't even realize that I needed to have multiple batteries because like I was doing this in like 2015 when there's like nothing really going on. Like you didn't go up and talk to a million different people that vaped or went into good vape shops like in 2015. Like it was like they were fine
from the mall kiosk and the fucking gas station or whoever had them.
Yeah, dude. Like it wasn't like the heyday. Like it wasn't like 2018. Like 3 years later was a fucking massive difference in vaping. Like, I mean, we see it even now just with like how, not necessarily how far cannabis has gone, but like kind of like in the last 3-4 years, like it's so much more available. There's way more dispensaries in any place that's been legal for like a few years. Like you see rapid fucking growth, and there's everything there, bro. There's like shit that I don't even understand even at fucking dispensaries nowadays. You know what I mean?
I love it, right? Because if you're in a good dispensary where the people there are well educated on the things they sell, then they can oftentimes introduce you to some really cool shit that may just change your whole fucking life. Like one of my favorite secret weapons of the dispensary is RSO syringes, because they're extremely potent and they have a wide variety of interesting uses. When you start looking into the history of Rick Simpson and how he developed it and how he was trying to find a way to use cannabis to fight against the cancer that he was experiencing and how it really helped him get through all of that, it's pretty empowering information, and people have continued to use it for a whole variety of things, like to help with seizures and people with strokes, Parkinson's, all sorts of really debilitating conditions get incredible relief from RSO. And one of my favorite tidbits about RSO is for the ladies, and it's the fact that it's effective against menstrual cramps. And that is a clutch thing for all women who are cannabis enthusiasts, because having access to a little RSO from the dispensary and being able to use that to help with menstrual cramps, that'll be a life changer for every woman on the planet. Hell, depending on your dispensary, the options for cannabis consumption are so vast that you can stick weed where the sun don't shine. Suppositories, infused tampons, the list goes on. It's insane. Infused condoms, sexual lubricants. Wow. Like all of those things are existent. They do exist out there in the world. So you can get fucking crazy with how you put cannabis in your life if you really, 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 really want to. I don't think
you can get a lot of things.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I don't think everything's for everybody, obviously. But
yeah, I mean,
well,
some kinks are not for everyone, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, though, boys. That rosin just kicked my fucking ass, dude. I just had to
but how'd it taste?
Check out there for a second. Oh.
That's
Do I even
that's
need
what
to
I
say
want to hear.
anything, bro?
I mean, I wouldn't mind you gushing over it for a second.
It's exactly what you think it'd be, bro. It's just funk. Just funk, dude. Like, it's really the only
We
word.
want the funk.
Gotta
We
have
want
that
the
funk. Yeah,
I
dude.
love the funk, bro.
Oh, dude, it's hitting me right behind the eyes so bad right now, bro. I can feel the pressure building up. You know?
My man's going to be taking a nap if he's not careful.
No, he's good. He's
Dude,
fucking
honestly-
counteracting it. He's got that Mountain Dew in his hand.
Dude, I drank a Mountain Dew at like 10 o'clock last night and went to bed, bro. Right after.
Yeah, man, I'm the same. Like with coffee, like I can crush a coffee, and then like
It's not the
half hour
best.
later, we going to bed.
Like, I'll say this. It's not good.
Yeah, like, I shouldn't do that, but I
yeah.
totally can.
It's not good, but I do it practically every day. Dude, it's weird because like the past few weeks, or not the past few weeks, but past couple days, dude, I've been just chasing like that real fucking just thumper of a high. It's where I'm just like sitting here and like I almost don't want to open my eyes. You know what I mean? Where I'm just like sitting here and just like so just baked that I just like melt into my chair. And I haven't been able to get there. I haven't been doing like I've been mainly doing bags mostly just because like I'm trying not to go crazy through concentrates. I actually just went and picked up some today because I was almost out.
Yeah, but you had so much flour.
But yeah,
that, like,
exactly. That was my thing. It's like,
You're
well, shit,
due.
now I can start working through some of this flour. I've killed 3 of the open bags that I had and then just cracked it into 2 of the 8ths because I wanted to try. First one was some blue runts, pretty good stuff. And the other one was some Archangel. And of course, you know, your boy had to spice it up. I've got like some BHO that I picked up, not knowing it was BHO. And when I dabbed it, I was like, I don't like you. So I took it and I just put a couple little, I literally made it look like I just dropped little Dragon Balls, dude, on top of my volcano bowl. So what I do is I fill it halfway and I just put 7 drops, bro. So I put 5 around the outside and 1 in the center. So it was like the 7 Dragon Balls. And then I just fucking cover it up with another layer of some flour so it doesn't get all stuck to the screen and stuff. And then I just bump my volcano up to about 395, maybe 400. And just fucking let her rip, dude. And your boy gets 4 to 5 milky bags out of that.
Get that milk.
And I got to imagine that at least now that BHO at least tastes like something.
Yeah, because the flour totally like it gets me the high that I want from it, but without having to deal with the taste from it.
I will always appreciate, there was this dude I used to work with at the dispensary. And obviously when you work at a dispensary, samples are a big thing. And any of the weed that were from like companies that were just bunk, the shit that he would do with them is decarb them. And then he got little gel caps. And he would just fill gel caps with decarbed weed. And that way, all he had to do is just pop a couple gel caps, and in about 45 minutes to an hour, he begins his journey.
Sheddables worked well for me.
I always thought that was a clever one.
Like, honestly, like I'm scared to really like experiment with what amount might make me feel something because I feel like I'm probably going to end up overdoing it. And then by the time it all hits me, I'm going to have like that, you know?
Well, dude, maybe one day you just, on like a Saturday, you wake up, you eat like 75 milligrams. Just eat 75 milligrams.
Well, dude, I've
and then
done
don't
100
touch
easy
anything
already.
for like 2 hours. Just like don't, hit some bags. Don't like hit it out for 2 hours, and just see if like you feel what, and get up and walk around the house. I'm just curious, like if you feel it at all, Because I'm guessing that most times you end up eating it, but like within a couple hours, like you probably already like hit like a couple of.
No,
fucking...
I've tried the whole eat and wait thing and waited out, and then I'll wait like 2, sometimes 3 hours depending, and then by that time I'm just like, all right, man, I just need to get high. So I end up just getting high at that point.
I'm thinking this, right? Like, again, working in a dispensary, you get samples. They would give me these bags of the Kana gummies, and I've
tried those, and
so this is the thing, right? Like, I would eat 2 whole bags, 200 milligrams, and what happens for me is I get a lot of pain relief. That's about it. My joints feel looser, but like, I don't get what these people get of the like blasted high. So
I think maybe that's what it is for me too, is like I'm not getting so much of the psychoactive effect as much as I'm just getting the physical effect,
right.
Because I will say this, like there are times where I do feel pretty chill, but like I'm just like, man, people say they eat edibles and they get whacked. I don't want to eat edibles and get whacked.
Yeah,
but it's like a totally different whack though. Like,
yeah, but even then, like it's nothing that I can't handle is what I'm saying. Like it's like,
yeah, but there's really nothing that I can't handle. It's like I can smoke a dab or like rip a dab, not smoke one, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can hit a dab, and like I can handle it. It's just that I don't know if like I want to keep on going back to it. And that's like the fear, I think, of a lot of people when it comes to edibles. Like they're probably okay with when it starts to hit, but like if they're not used to that stuff and they feel it harder, dude, it just feels way different. I don't get a head high from it. It's like more like of a numbness and like a relaxed mode than when I like hit the Dynavap. When I hit the Dynavap, that's like goes right to the dome, and like then it starts to work out towards my body and I can like feel, but it's like I'm pretty fucking high right now and everything's normal except like everything in my head is quieter. But if I was like on edibles right now, I'd just be more relaxed into the chair, but my brain wouldn't be this exact same way feeling as I am now. So like, that's why for me, like I'm high both ways, but the highs are way different.
Yeah, I'm just saying with edibles, I don't really notice any drastic difference to where it's like I feel like I'm being affected by anything. You know what I mean? It's like I might feel a little bit more relaxed, but that just might just get like that doesn't necessarily. I don't know, dude. It's weird. It's hard to explain. I feel like for like someone like yourself who does get some sort of effect from it, and like I don't get much, dude. Like I can't remember the last time I ate edibles and really felt anything.
I think another thing too, right? Because as you're talking about this, it's occurring to me, when edibles work best for me? When I make them myself. And why?
Well, dude, I have had homemade edibles and they've fucking gotten me whacked.
But here's why. Are the homemade ones tend to be different from the processed one? Well, the home cook tends to use flour material, which is full
fatty
spectrum.
And it sticks to your fat.
Whereas a lot of these, store-bought stuff is using distillate. So you're just getting some raw THC. And
that's why I always try to get rosin edibles. Whenever I get edibles, I specifically look for non-distillate ones, just because like I know distillate doesn't really do, even in vaping it or whatever, I don't necessarily enjoy it. You know what I mean? So it's like
So it's like, I wonder if that has something to do with it also. But like, yeah, like
it could just be dosage, though. I might just have to figure that out.
Well, I've actually never, like, come to think of it, I've never bought like legitimate, like non-reservation edibles. Like I've never went into like your regular, fucking government approved fucking dispensary and got edibles. And I'm pretty sure that the ones I would get from the native reserves and stuff, like they're just made from flour. Like they're not.
That's possible.
And so well, you guys remember there was an episode I ate a 150 milligram chocolate bar, and like I was pretty fucking stoned. Like I was fucking really stoned because I was hitting the Dynavap and everything in my body was just on like the fucking edible high because I ate 150 milligrams at like fucking 11:30 in the morning. And we started to record at like, I think it was like 12 at the time or 1. I can't remember. And I was fucking wrecked. But that's just because I was like full body high was kicked in. I was sitting in a chair, like fucking using the Dynavap.
I'm trying to get there, dude.
But that's probably like the last time that I ate a lot of milligrams.
Might have to just get away from gummies and try like some sort of other baked.
That could be another thing.
Maybe I need to also dabble with some drinks too.
I'm a big fan of the drinks. The syrups are cool because obviously, like, I don't like the syrup, but you mix it into the soda. Now it's tasty. Make
dude,
your own.
They could still be pretty rough sometimes, dude. Because I've done those a few times, and I don't. But those I've also immediately consumed, and I'll say that I was pretty fucked up.
I know when I did the syrup test, I did like 150 milligrams worth of syrup.
Dude, I think I did like 500 milligrams in one.
And like that shit had me feeling good. I mean,
or no, it was 250 because it was half. Fuck, I think I threw the bottle away.
I think my bottle was a 300, and I remember doing half in one show and half in another because I was like, I need to test it first and see what happens. But shout out again to Sample Life.
It was a box that came with 2 bottles, and they're 500 milligram a piece. Yeah, so it would have been 250. And I poured that into a Sprite, just into a liter Sprite. Probably could have used a little more. It wasn't super good, but it wasn't terrible. And I pounded that before I went to Knott's and rode roller coasters. Dude, I'll tell you what, bro. There's nothing better than riding roller coasters super ripped. But I will say this. I might have to relax on the coasters, though. Because, dude, when I went last time to Six Flags, on like the last like 2 or 3 coasters, I almost went out, bro. Just
really?
riding. Yeah, dude. Like it was the first time it had ever happened. But like, dude, it was just like whenever like you hit like a certain like fucking G-force or some shit, dude. Like I just feel myself going. Like everything would kind of fade, bro. One time it went all black for a second, then I popped back, and I was like, "Oh, I'm good."
Whoa, dude, that's intense.
Yeah, dude, it was trippy as fuck. But I was high as shit, so I was just enjoying the fuck out of myself. But there's one time like it was the last ride of the day. It hit me pretty good, and I was like, I think I'm good. I think I'm good on coasters for the rest of the day. But man, are they so fun, dude. I love a roller coaster, dude. I love a good roller coaster.
A good roller coaster is definitely good. I think just a good ride is a good ride. Roller coasters definitely do have the tendency to hit different.
I like the crazy ones, bro.
I like wooden roller coasters that are
Woodens
crazy.
are sick too, but honestly, I want something that's going to throw me upside down, maybe a little corkscrew, a little loop-de-loop, give me a crazy fucking drop. Like, dude, there's this one, bro, we rode where this motherfucker damn near drops you. Like, say this is like everybody's like sitting in this side, right? So everybody's head's popped up on this side. It goes over the fucking drop and literally like dips in and then drops you, bro. It's where it's like, I don't know if it dips in, but it feels like you do. It's where it's like you're going straight fucking down, dude.
Yeah.
It is intense, bro. Like, especially when you're in the front.
The front or the back? Those are like choice. Because the back
is where you're gonna feel
the entire
everything.
Car and you're like,
no, the back is also where you're gonna feel everything. Because you get whipped around back there, bro. But in the front, you're gonna see everything. And it's pretty sick, dude. I'm a big front guy. Put me in the front, dude.
I'm a front or back.
But yeah, if I can't get the front, I'll take the back. But most of the time, I want the front.
Dude, there's this roller coaster at Canada's Wonderland, and it's like a big theme park in Toronto area, and it's called the Bat. Okay, and you get in, and you get into like, there's like the canopy where like the loading zone or whatever. You get in, and then it's like the full over the shoulder, like fucking pull down things. And then you back up out of the building, and you back up and you go all the way up a hill. Like huge fucking like track, right?
I've ridden a few
and then
like this.
It's fucking let's go. You fly through the fucking loading zone. So like when you're like the next person to go on, you see this thing fly by you doing like fucking 60 plus miles an hour.
Fuck.
It goes up and goes like through a fucking loop, and then like halfway through the loop or something, there's like a fucking corkscrew out of the fucking loop, and then you go through another fucking loop, and then you go up the other side of the big hill, and then you go through the shit fucking backwards.
Yeah, dude.
I'll tell you what, when you go through the shit fucking backwards, it doesn't really matter where you're sitting, but if you sit in the back of that motherfucker, it is fucking crazy because you're going backwards and there's nothing behind you. You can't hear anything, and you just see everyone's like fucking going like this. It's fucking crazy. I remember I went on that when I was probably like 7 years old, because like by the time I was like 6 or 7, you know how like they have the broomsticks to measure how tall you got to be. I could get on whatever the fuck ride I wanted.
Yeah,
like most of my friends couldn't do it, but I could go on like whatever I wanted. I would just fucking go like my older brother or my dad, whatever. And that roller coaster when I was like 7 and I went on it, I'll tell you what, it was fucking intense, man.
Oh yeah. Dude, there's one like that. They used to have it at Knott's Berry Farm, I think. Or maybe it was Six Flags. Anyways, it was one of them. And it was called Boomerang, bro. And it was just like that. Where like at the start you'd go up the fucking thing, go all the way up to the fucking top, and it'd drop you, and it'd be like, it wasn't even like a loop, like a full loop. Like it went like up and then like turned and then like whipped you this way, and like it was like a weird. It was called Boomerang. Yeah, so it was like you'd go fucking one way and then you'd fucking come back, dude. It was the same fucking shit. And they had another one there. It was called Montezuma's Revenge, and it was the same thing, but it just had one single loop. But that thing shot you through the fucking loading zone, dude, and it it was quick, bro, because it didn't load, it didn't take you up the back thing. Like that was just so when you came back through, you'd go up the back and then you just come back into the fucking thing. So it launched you through the fucking loop, bro. That shit was crazy. They have all these
amusement parks are pretty rad, man.
They have this new one at Magic Mountain called what was it? It was a Wonder Woman one. I forgot what the actual name was, but it's single file, bro. So it was like just like single car. So it was like everybody one behind another. And dude, it was a single rail, dude. And this thing felt so crazy. It was like a way different experience, bro. Because like it was fucking nuts. Like this, the way you were sat in too was kind of crazy, if I remember. Like I don't remember if you had the fucking shoulder things or not, but it had loops and all kinds of fucking shit. Dude, they even have ones where you fucking just lie down and you're like fucking flying. Those ones are fucking dope.
I remember when they dropped that for the Superman at Six Flags, like way back when I was like a young teen, and like that was groundbreaking shit. Like you got in that shit and it just flipped you forward and you ran that whole ride like this. Like what the fuck? You ain't catching me on none of that. Hell no.
I love all that shit, dude.
Dude, when I was younger, I fucking lived for all that shit, bro.
I still do.
I just haven't really been that much since I was like probably 19.
Did you go with us to
No.
Kennywood?
No, I left that day.
Oh yeah, that's right. We all went to breakfast and then you dipped out after.
We won't talk about that
ride home.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
But yeah, no, I didn't go to Kennywood. Yeah, I started the journey.
God damn it, dude. Why'd you have to say anything about the breakfast, Chris? Now you fucking reminded me, dude. I totally forgot about it.
I said don't talk about it. Like, we'll move on from it. Let's go.
We won't.
Was that the last time?
You just
was that
mentioned
April?
it.
Was that April or was that
No.
the September before?
That was the September before. It was whenever Nick was out. Nick and Kent.
Oh, that might have been the September before. So I was on my way to Sean's. I left there and was on my way to Sean's.
That's right. That's right.
Dude, and then I got to Sean's. I had like the longest fucking day. And I was there for like 20 minutes. And Sean's like, yo, you want to hit a dab? I was like, fucking, yeah, of course. And then I fucking used his outdoor shower. So I just need to have a shower. Dude, I was so fucking high in that shower because I just had like a fucking 10-hour drive. Probably didn't sleep the greatest the night before. Got to Sean's. I was like pumped to see Sean and Lizzie. Then hit a dab
too, as I recall.
Oh, and yes, I had an edible. That's right. A homemade edible. And I was just fucking whacked, bro. I was like in the outdoor shower. And I was like, yeah, I'm just fucking outside. I'm naked, fucking showering it up.
in the wilderness.
Yeah, dude. I was like, yo, Sean's house is pretty cool.
You know, I wish there was a way you could like actually see the pond. It would just elevate that experience to the next level.
You should just cut a hole in it.
You're right, just a little peephole. Eye level. You could just
eye level,
stand
bro,
there and look out. Like,
one with the little slider, bro, like the old school fucking like private things back in the day where you slide it.
Oh yeah. Like a jail would have, or like an asylum.
The old speakeasies.
Yeah, exactly.
Pass Wade.
Yeah.
I just stopped at a speakeasy earlier tonight, actually. Had myself an old fashioned because when you go to a place that has a speakeasy, well, why wouldn't you? Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you're at a speakeasy, why would you not have an old fashioned?
Have you ever had a paper plane, Sean?
No.
I'm trying to remember what's in it, but they're fucking good.
Remember the song from MIA.
It's like an old school type of drink.
I will say this one was a fancy version. It was a maple bacon old fashioned. So basically an old fashioned with bacon as a garnish and excuse me, a little bit of like smoky, probably like a little dash of liquid smoke or something in there to give it like a little bit more of that extra smokiness, and then rimmed to the glass with like this. The way I could explain it is like almost like a barbecue rub, like a bacon rub or something. Like it was garlicky and like salty, but it worked well with the old fashioned bacon smoke thing going on. I was like, all right, this doesn't suck. I rather enjoy this.
Yeah.
I figured I was waiting for food, so why not have one? Give it a go-ski.
People always do something crazy with bacon.
It's because it's versatile. There isn't too many things on this in this world you can't add bacon to that makes it bad, you know?
I'm not a big bacon cheeseburger guy.
See,
you're not a big bacon cheeseburger guy?
Nah. Not really, no.
Man, I fuck with the fucking... I would always call that a banquet burger when I was growing up.
A banquet burger?
Yeah, I don't know why. That's like what it was labeled as in lots of places. Not a bacon cheeseburger. It would be a banquet burger. And you get bacon, cheese, patty. But I definitely fuck with one. I think that for me, it's kind of hard to fuck up a cheeseburger. Like,
I love a cheeseburger. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm also not here. I will say this too, because this might help clarify. I'm not crazy into like all the different specialty burgers and stuff. I'm pretty much just, I like a classic cheeseburger. Every now and then, like I'll do like maybe like a Western style cheeseburger, like barbecue sauce sort of situation or whatever. Not very often, but most of the time just like classic I'm a big like, because I'm obviously California, bro, like smash burgers and just like California's kind of got like a specific burger style, I feel. Just like with like, like an In-N-Out burger, bro. Like that style where it's just like meat, cheese, like some Thousand Island sort of dressing of situation, a little lettuce and pickles. Keep it simple, dude, and it's fucking delicious.
I think that there's a place for both. That's just like, and I know that you're not saying that there isn't.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I'm just saying
for you, yeah.
In my heart of hearts, bro, like I feel like
I think it's
good is good. I don't really care, but I definitely enjoy like at home. I don't make fancy burgers. I just fucking will barbecue a hamburger.
That's where
I might put some lettuce, a little bit of mayo, ketchup, mustard, bam. Sometimes hot peppers. Whatever.
That's where I'm opposite with you again, bro. Because like that's where I will chef it up. Is if I make a burger at home. Because I have all the things to my, why did I just blank on the fucking word I was about to say?
You have all those things at your disposal. You can get ready, you can go.
Jesus Christ. All those things at my disposal to like use, and I could decide exactly what I want or don't want on my burger. You know what I mean? So like there's times, bro, where one of the best burgers I've made myself personally was the time I was fucking baked as shit. So let's start there. That's going to lead to some craziness. Because you just open the refrigerator and you're like, what can I put on this thing? Because first off, out of ketchup, out of mustard. So that sucks. What am I going to put on this thing? What I got in there? Ooh, some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce? Sure. Throw that down on there. Now, actually, I think we did have mustard. So no ketchup, but we have barbecue sauce. So I did mustard, a little bit of some Sweet Baby Ray's, my burger, but also didn't have bun or like a hamburger bun. So I think I might have done it on some sort of like ranch style bread. I don't know, some sort of bread of some sort that I might have lightly toasted. But then, dude, I was looking in the refrigerator to, find my cheese, my pickles. Didn't have pickles. So your boy had to pull audible Bill Relish. Pretty good on a burger. Not going to lie to you. But then while I was searching for cheese, I found some pastrami, bro. Still had the pan that I cooked my burger on the stove, still hot. So what'd I do? Threw that pastrami in there, bro. Heated that shit up real nice. Got a little, little sear on some pieces and whatnot. Threw that shit on top of the burger, bro. So I had a pastrami cheeseburger with Sweet Baby Ray's, mustard, dill relish, and it was fucking amazing.
It definitely sounds like a total stoner burger.
Yeah, right?
And I would buy one.
It was good,
dude. All this like, here's the thing. I've had all sorts of specialty burgers, and like some of them are shit. And like when I say shit, I mean like they don't work for me. And other ones rip, dude. Like I had one once with like fucking peanut butter.
I was gonna say,
like peanut butter,
peanut butter and jelly.
No, I don't think there was jelly. I think it was like peanut butter, onions, like sauteed onions, lettuce. There was no other sauces other than the peanut butter, though. And it was fucking so good. It blew me. Honestly, it blew me away. I was like, as if this is fucking good right now. Like, I almost got it because I wanted to like gross out my buddy that we went there with. I was like, he's like, dude, peanut butter on a fucking hamburger? That's fucking crazy. No way. I'm like, I'm getting the fucking one with peanut butter, please. He's just like disgusted with me. But honestly, it blew my mind. So like, I mean, would it have been a good burger if I had just got ketchup and mustard? It probably would have been a pretty good burger. Like, it's just like that time it like elevated. I went to this summer in August. Liz and I went to like Robin's, I think. And I got like they have a ton of different burgers. There was like 10 or 12 burgers you could try. and I got one, and I don't even remember what it fucking had on it, but it was definitely fancy. There's, I feel like onion rings, maybe, I don't know. And it was fucking fire. I had a burger like 2 weeks ago, right just before Christmas. Me and my family, like me and my brother, my sister, their kids, and my mom, we went to this like restaurant, and I got a hamburger there, and it was fire, dude. And it was not a regular hamburger. It was like a specialty hamburger. So like that's what I'm saying. Like I get, dude, when I had In-N-Out, it was a solid fucking burger. I could see how someone would want In-N-Out like all the time when they want that burger fix. The fact that I can't get that, I like variety more than I like something. It's like there always could be something better, even if there's something else I love. I'm like that in so many different things.
And here's the thing too, is just your standard cheeseburger, it's not going to be the same at every place.
True. Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? So that's why I have like my burger spots where it's like when I'm craving good burgers, like I'm either going to go to like a Carl's Jr. or obviously In-N-Out's number one on the list. But yeah, In-N-Out and Carl's Jr. are like, if I want like a good, like filling burger that's going to like not only, you know, fill me up, but it's going to taste delicious, I'll go to those two places. If I'm like kind of on the cheap or just like craving like something specific, bro, like my mini Mac cheat code, you can't fucking beat that, dude. Good old McDonald's cheeseburger with some mac sauce, bro, or McDouble. But dude, lately, bro, it's crazy. I have never eaten Burger King so much in my life since I got this new job, dude. I get 2 double cheeseburgers almost every day for lunch.
How much does that cost?
$7 and something cents.
For just 2 double cheeseburgers?
Yeah, dude, the price went up too.
Wow.
Every now and then, bro, when I'm just like wanting to be real cheap, I'll go to Jack in the Box and just get 2 tacos, dog. It's like a buck and change, maybe $2, because I'll get a side of ranch.
There's always got to be one place that has like just screaming deals.
I've got like three or four places I'll go to. I'll go to Burger King for lunch. I'll go to McDonald's, but unfortunately, it's not lunchtime, so I have to just get McMuffins, which sometimes a McMuffin just hits the spot. So I'll just go there.
Dude, you gotta get McGriddles, bro.
I'm not a McGriddle guy, bro.
I love McGriddles.
Yeah, not a big McGriddle guy.
Not a McGriddle fan either.
Then I'll go to Del Taco sometimes if I'm feeling like maybe like a taco or what's now called a bold burrito, which used to be called, at least out here, the old stoner burrito. So there's their half-pound bean and cheese where they throw in some French fries and their like special sauce, dude. Fire! Get one of them, or maybe some soft tacos or a couple chicken tacos. Oh, or the new fucking plug for the old pizza, 7-Eleven, bro. I went there today for lunch. 2 slices of pizza and a Coke for like $5 something. Pretty good deal. It's cheaper than just 2 double cheeseburgers at Burger King.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, here's another thing. Like, what beats a slice of pizza and a pop, bro? I don't know. There's not that much stuff on the road that's quick and nice and easy.
What's crazy too is like the majority of the time when I go there too, like if the dude that's working there and like there's just a couple slices that have just been chilling for a little bit, like in like their little heating lamp, you're like, don't worry, bro, I'll throw in a fresh one for you. Fuck. I'll sit there, I'll wait a couple minutes and get 2 fresh slices, dude. Well, obviously they're not like fresh. They're just not freshly heated up slices, dude, that are just fucking bomb.
He's pulling out his white box DiGiorno and chucking
dude,
it in
and he's the guy.
Chef.
He cooks them perfectly every time. The other lady overcooks them, dude. So yeah, he even said it. He's like, I don't know what these fucking ladies do, man, but they overcook that shit. So I come in here and that shit's like a fucking board. He's like, but when I make it, dude, it's like perfect.
I had a kid like that at one of the gas stations that did pizza. And they had the L deal, 2 slices for $3. $2.99, 2 slices. Let's go. So I used to snatch that up on a regular when I was working at the dispensary. And same kind of a story where like one dude was like, I don't know what these fucking idiots are doing. It's just like press a button and it comes out when it beeps. Like it's all you gotta do. Like it's not hard. Those machines are dope.
So I'm sure that it's the same. Now, this is like not good pizza. I'm not endorsing this pizza at all. What I'm endorsing is the fact of the amount and the price. Dude, if you go to fucking, what the fuck's it called? Little Caesars Pizza, okay?
Honestly, Little Caesars is not terrible pizza.
It's not even terrible. But bro, you can go there. You can get a fucking medium pepperoni pizza and a dipping sauce and a pop for like $12 Canadian. So that's like $9. So for under $10 USD,
Dude, they even have a cheaper
you can roll in
deal.
and get that.
No,
but that's like a full pizza though.
Yeah.
They do have like the little, it's like a couple squares and like maybe garlic sticks or whatever.
Yeah. It's like a little lunchbox deal.
Yeah.
The thing with Little Caesars, right? It basically tastes like the recipe the lunch lady used.
Oh, dude, it's mid pizza, but it's I've had worse, and it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah,
and dude, they're hot and ready's, bro.
Bro, you can't.
It's so hard to beat that.
I used to live off of hot and ready's, bro, when I was like a teenager, because like it'd be the cheapest thing, or even when I was like in my early 20s, bro. That'd go at that point. They were $5, bro. $5 hot and ready's. Walk in with $6, maybe grab a fucking like 20-ounce soda on the way out, and then the other fucking clutch thing that they have, which honestly it's really not all that spectacular, but I fucking love them, bro. Is the crazy bread. Their
crazy bread's all right. I mean, they put a lot of Parmesan on it.
That's what I fucking love.
And it's not even like quality Parmesan or anything, but
crazy bread's the best thing in their kitchen.
Dude, it's so good though.
Well, dude, it's the same dough as their pizza dough.
Yeah, it's literally just crust with Parmesan.
I know.
So like if you fuck with their sticks or whatever, like you fuck with their crust, you might not like the other stuff though.
The sauce is just like the sauce is okay. Like
their sauce is
where
fine.
they kind of like
their sauce is literally like non-cooked tomato.
Dude, I like it better than Papa John's, bro.
Dude, I love it compared to Papa John's.
Why is Papa John's a thing?
I don't even know how they're in business.
Dude, it used to be so good back in the day. You guys remember like way back, like probably like even like early 2000s, maybe back even in the 90s. Papa John's used to be pretty solid, dude.
We didn't get them until probably like after 2010.
Whenever they first started popping up around here, bro, they were fucking good. And then all of a sudden the sauce changed and shit. And it's not the same.
Dude, when they first came to Canada, like they were fucking popping. Okay. There was one in Peterborough. And I remember my dad's like, do we have a Papa John's? And I'm like, yeah, there's one in Peterborough. If you want, I'll go get us pizza one night. I went there. It was like dead as fuck, bro. And they'd only been there for like maybe a year. And I never heard anyone talk about Papa John's. And like everybody was just going back to like their standard pizza places at that time. Like, and one of them, unfortunately, is like some of the worst pizza. Like there's a chain in Canada up here called Pizza. And their fucking pizza is not good. The only thing that saved them was that they came out with this garlic dipping sauce that like they created. And they like started it like in the 90s, bro. Like before
Papa John's came out with their, because dude, that.
But no, but it's way different than theirs too, though. It's like a creamy garlic, like it's considerably different. And it used to never come. It would be like made in house. Now it's like in like the tearaway little plastic containers, but it used to be in house. Oh, and dude, that's like honestly what made that fucking place huge.
Dude, I used to work for the company that used to make the garlic dipping sauce for Papa John's.
Dude, you know the one thing that always drives me nuts too? It's like Papa John's doesn't even have the fucking respect to fucking keep that out of the fucking box. So they put it in the box, and by the time you even fucking get the box, it's just yellow liquid in there because everything is fucking melted. And it fucking drives me bananas, dude.
Oh, because it's not like creamy.
It's not even a sauce. It's just oil.
Yeah,
It's just hot butter.
It breaks
Basically,
by the time it gets to you because it overheats.
Yeah, and like I don't know why they never. And I've even asked in the past, like when they first came here, the first few times I got it, I was like, "Yo, why are they putting this shit in there?" So then I asked for them not to numerous times. I think I got it like one time where they didn't fucking put it in the box. And I'd even get there and be like, "Yo, you put it in the box again." They're like, "Oh, well, sorry. Well, make sure that you like ask." I'm like, I did fucking ask. Like, just keep it. I don't even fucking want this shit. This is gonna fucking. What is the point? Do people get it and then dip it in just grease? That seems crazy to me.
I don't know, dude.
Probably.
Anyways, Papa John's. Fuck Papa John's. I'd
I'd
rather have Pizza Hut than Papa John's.
Dude, speaking of Pizza
all
Hut,
day.
did you hear that they're supposed to be bringing the buffet back?
Oh, really?
That's what I've been hearing around the grapevine.
Really?
There's talks about the Pizza Hut's possibly bring back the buffets.
Dude, that'd be fire.
Dude, if they did, bro, or even just a salad bar, dude.
Dude, there used to be a place here. Every time I would come down to visit my parents, like in the summertime at their cottage, there was a place called Pizza Delight. It's like a chain, I guess, like in like the Maritimes, like in the eastern provinces. And they had this rad one in Charlottetown that was like in an old jail. And so it was like this open floor plan, but it was like outside, it looked like a jail from like the 1800s ish, maybe even like early 1800s. And yeah, the buffet closed. It's no longer a Pizza Delight anymore. And there's still Pizza Delights around. They just don't have fucking buffets. And I was like, yo, that's so sad, bro. I used to fucking love going there once a year for a pizza buffet.
What you got on Pizza Hut over there, Sean? I know you're Googling it.
I'm a little shocked.
What are you shocked about?
Pizza Hut's new Chipotle-style ordering system will change pizza night forever, is this headline. Pizza Hut is planning to implement changes to its restaurants in the United States in hopes it will boost sales and bring customers back. Drastically rising fast food prices have made customers think twice about visiting their once favorite chains, for example, Taco Bell, KFC, which, like Pizza Hut, are owned by Yum Brands. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. Pizza Hut's hoping to buck the trend of year-over-year decline by bringing in changes to their domestic locations that have proved to be very successful for the chain internationally, and the customers might be seeing soon a remodel of the stores to make them far more tech-forward and customer-friendly with touchless kiosks and a customer-facing pizza-making station. From its physical layout to its modern design and digital-forward capabilities, the new restaurant showcases Pizza Hut's legacy of innovation and unique ability to meet changing guest needs in ways that are distinctive to our brand. So interesting. So I almost wonder if it's going to be a little like a similar situation of like you're standing there looking at all your ingredients at the counter, like, yeah, I want to put that sauce and that cheese.
You know what I'm thinking, Sean? I'm thinking it's going to be automated.
You think it's gonna be like a McDonald's kiosk where you just like tap everything
sit there and you
it's
tap
like,
all your stuff in, but you can literally sit there because they're saying it's going to be a forward-facing kitchen where like customers can see. So I wonder if it's just going to be like an assembly line.
Well, it definitely did say that there's going to be like an ordering kiosk. So you may be right.
I wonder if it's going to be something similar to that.
I mean, we
dude,
have
this
seen...
is the thing though. Like Pizza Hut's not bad. It's just that from the time when Pizza Hut was like in its prime in the 80s and 90s, there's like a lot more shit.
I wish they would get away from the square pizza though and just do regular round pizzas. Because they're like doing a lot of like the square, like fucking.
Oh yeah, up here they still do the round.
Oh no, they still have round pizzas, but I'm just talking about like with that all their like box deals and like all their like good deal stuff. A lot of them are like the weird square, thick pieces that I'm not too into. I'm like a more thinner New York slice.
Yeah, that's definitely more my vibe.
Get you a Sal's. I will say,
Can't really find good like New York style pizza out here, especially where I'm at.
The little Sal's chains that have been popping up everywhere all of a sudden, I kind of dig these because like that's basically what they do, and it's like $6-7, and they literally cut you a quarter of a large pizza.
Well, okay, so this is just on that. You made me think of something. Although all three of us think that Ohio Valley pizza is definitely
Not it.
Yeah, it's definitely, at least something to be desired for sure for most people that like pizza. The one thing that's cool there is like you just get a box of pizza and you don't have to like buy the whole pizza. And so they make the huge rectangle pizza and you can get like a box, and the box comes with like 6 slices of this thing. And I kind of always thought that was cool. From the very first time we had it down there, I was like, the pizza is mid as fuck, but I really like the idea that you can just get that as opposed to like having to get a circular pizza or having to get like a full fucking pan. You know what I mean? Like a full party size pizza. I always thought that was cool.
That's one of the things I like about Detroit style. Nice, like 6-cut, small, deep dish, nice, large amount of cheese baked in, so you get a nice little crispy edges and bottom. The Detroit style is definitely a fierce competitor for a top-notch pizza.
Dude, the reason why I like New York style is because I just am a thin crust guy. So like forever, bro. Like even when I worked at a pizza shop, like whatever pizza. So every day you got a small pizza. Like whenever you worked a shift, you could top a small pizza. That was like part of your payment, I guess, for like your shift. And I would always take like there was like a size below a small. I can't remember what it was, but it was like maybe like a personal, like for like kids or some shit. I don't fucking know. I would take that dough and I would just stretch it to a small tray. Like the screens, like the circular screens. Yep. And I would just take that smaller dough and I'd stretch it to that. And then I get this like nice fucking thin dough, like that thin. And then I just put pepperoni, onions, mushroom, touch of extra cheese, nothing too crazy. I would not like go lighter on the cheese underneath just because like I'd want it to be just like that nice, thin, not overly greased, not sloppy, perfect. To me, that's like as close to like a perfect pizza. I love pizzas that are like a bit thicker, have a really tasty crust, good sauce, and I can handle more toppings. But like anything once it gets like too many toppings, like 5 toppings is too much for pizza, unless you're going light on all the toppings. Or like going heavy on cheese, that's too much for me. Or like double pepperoni, like people that do that, they're sick.
Oh, I fucking love that, dude.
Yeah,
like that's too crazy.
Pep it up, son.
Especially,
I don't want to see
Chicago stuff, dude.
I don't even want to see the
cheese. Trash, bro. It's not even like pizza.
Deep dish, really.
No, Chicago style is not.
It's lasagna and on a fuck. It's fucking. It
is a pie. It is pizza inspired.
It's a pizza pie.
But it is not a pizza. I think the essence of a good New York slice, as obviously both gentlemen who really do enjoy a slice, right? The key of a good slice, right, is like it's got to have that portability, right? Like if you can't fold a slice and eat it on the go, it's not a good slice.
Yeah, and I don't like it if you go to take a bite and half the toppings start falling.
Yeah, like I think that's exactly what like you're aiming for, Chris, right? Is like that essential New York style slice where like you can literally walk down the street eating your slice of pizza if you're in a hurry, and you're going to get everything. You're not going to lose anything. It's all going to stay on your dough. It's going to be a good slice.
Well, that's a key thing too, right? You always got to like stop a bit short on your sauce to give yourself a lot of crust, so you can get cheese from the all the way to the crust, because then that cheese like kind of sticks to the fucking base onto the crust, and it holds everything on there too. So like sometimes like it's not all about the toppings you put on, but like it's just the actual construction of a pizza. Like some people don't fucking get it, I guess. Or maybe they're thinking that you're going to eat it with like a fucking fork and knife, and you're some sort of
If you're
fucking
doing
savage.
that, you're an animal, bro. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Eat it with your hands like a man.
Like just it's meant to be fucking ate.
Yeah.
Like man, woman, whatever, bro. Like
Oh yeah, I wasn't.
no, I know. It's
just
supposed
saying
to
the
be
phrase.
ate with your hands.
I mean, really, yeah. The original pizza was, oh shit, we need to make some food real quick, and we only have a few ingredients in the kitchen. What do we do?
Oh fuck, we don't have plates.
Stretch
Fuck,
this.
put it on this dough.
Stretch this dough. We'll put a little sauce on here. We get a little cheese, a couple of leftover meats. Send
An
it.
edible plate.
Bam. Exactly. Edible plate. We're good. And
You know what else is an edible plate? A waffle.
bro. I
Sorry,
agree.
I just had to bring in waffles
agree.
at least once.
I honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, that is one of my favorite come ups of the last year, and the podcast was you convincing me to get the waffle maker, because I literally made waffles for dinner the other night, and I was like, I'm so glad I was finally convinced
It's worth
to
it, bro.
buy a fucking waffle maker.
Everyone should have a waffle iron.
Like, now we're constantly thinking like, dude, yo, all right,
Pizza
we
waffle?
do this, we could make waffles like that, and then we could do this with it. Like, so many great ideas now. Like,
Oh, dude, a pizza waffle could be pretty sick, dude, because you could just like crumble up like your toppings into the batter as you make the waffle, and then just pour your sauce and melt the cheese on top.
Dude, if you just like stretched some dough, I mean, I don't know if the dough would be cooked though. I feel like you'd have to like start cooking the dough, and then you could put the toppings on.
You can do a slightly different kind of.
You could do a panzerotti, maybe.
Or
That'd be tough.
Or this is what you do. You put a thin layer in of batter, let that go for a little bit. Don't close the top. Let that get a little bit of crispiness going. Put all your toppings in the center, pour more batter on top, and then close it. So it's like all your stuff's encased inside the waffle.
Oh, okay.
see,
what I'm
I'm thinking
It's almost like a waffle pocket.
Dude, also, I'm making panzerottis like probably before the next time that we record. Also, I now make my own pizza crust or pizza dough, and I'll tell you what, it tastes pretty fucking good. And it's only going to get better, boys. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm going to make some panzerottis, I think. Yep, it's going to happen.
Some calzones.
Whatever, fucking, I don't even know the difference.
little stromboli.
I'm just gonna fucking fold over some pizza dough, pack some shit inside, and fucking cook that bitch.
Yeah.
Just not in a deep fryer, because
Make
don't
some
have-
hot pockets.
I don't have that yet.
Yeah. So basically, I think it's all boils down to shape and probably just shape. Like,
Oh, okay, then that's simple.
probably
Yeah,
all it
calzone's
really
like
boils
pretty much
down
just
to.
a pizza folded over on itself. So it's kind of got like that half circle sort of
Yeah.
shape.
Whereas, like, I know a stromboli is just rolled. So, either way, they're all good. It's dough filled with meats, cheeses. Hard to go wrong.
Yeah, I fuck with that. I'm literally going 100%. Honestly, I might even make one fucking like tomorrow's Thursday. On Friday, I might even do that. Because I have some pizza dough that I made last time, and I put it in the freezer because I was like, I can't use all of this pizza dough to make 2 pizzas. So I like took a ball and put it in the freezer. And so if I just let it thaw for like 24 hours, I can fucking probably make a beautiful fucking panzerotti box. To the point of like, I might just like stretch out the dough on like the normal thing that I cook the pizza on, and then just like pack up one side with some toppings, and then just fold over the other half on top, and then cook it in the fucking pan just like that, bitch, and be fucking delicious. Oh, I can't wait. I'm doing it. Oh,
Get it. So I encourage this behavior. I've had some delicious calzones in my time.
They're fire.
I'm going to call it a pizza chest. It ain't no pocket. It's a pizza chest.
I like that. A pizza chest. Open the treasure.
Yeah.
Reveal the delicious inside. I love it.
I want pizza again, even though I had it for lunch.
Pizza's a food I can eat every day. In particular, too, because I enjoy multiple different toppings, so I could eat pizza every day.
I'm not too heavy into like a bunch of toppings, to be honest with you. I'm either, cheese, pepperoni, sausage. I'm a meats guy, not so much on the veggies. I could pass on most veggies, except for olives. I'll fuck with some olives. Pretty good stuff. Black olive and pepperoni.
I'll do a GMO, garlic, mushroom, and onion. That's a winner.
Yeah, I'm not a mushroom guy. Not big on onions.
I fuck with both on pizza, heavy. Or omelets. I fuck with both those on omelets, too.
That's on that, too.
Not garlic a big and eggs is like a must-have in my house.
Pretty standard with my egg. Just salt, pepper.
I don't even put salt ever. I actually have realized, I knew this before, but I never really noticed like how often other people do use salt. I never fucking use salt. Even when I cook, I never use salt. And even like when I've been baking now, I still don't use salt because like I don't buy unsalted butter. So I'm just like, fuck it. That's the salt that I need. Like it calls for unsalted butter. I'm going to put in salted butter. I'm not adding any salt or whatever. I don't know. Like, I've grown up with some people that really like salt, but it's been a long time since I would eat with them on a regular basis. And I never use salt ever. I pepper almost everything though. Like anything that someone will put salt on, I'm putting pepper on and that's it.
I'll put salt on a few things. Like I don't go crazy with it, just a little bit on certain things. I do pepper. I'll put on quite a few things, but a lot of times I'll just eat shit as it is. Majority of the time.
Yeah, like if I'm at home, I'm not putting salt on fries. If I get them from a fast food restaurant, they come with them already. So like,
I have to have. If there's no salt on fries, bro, I don't want them.
No, I'll just like use some ketchup or like.
Nah, dude, they need some salt, bro. I actually like little extra salty fries, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not me.
Salt does.
My dad's a big
cool
salt guy.
Like the way that salt interacts with other flavors in your mouth, and obviously,
have you ever put salt on watermelon?
Like I have not, but I imagine it would probably make it uniquely and more enjoyable.
Pretty interesting, dude. It like honestly, if you have like some watermelon that's not like the sweetest, put a little salt on it. Kind of brings the sugars out a little bit.
Yeah, salt's a weird thing. The way that it can balance different flavors in cooking is interesting, and like that's something that I've been trying to learn more about. Is the whole like balancing the richness and fattiness with saltiness with acids to get like all of those different notes and how you should properly use those techniques. And it's interesting. I think if using salt in cooking is done correctly, it should be used throughout the actual cooking process. And if done right, there really shouldn't be a need to add additional salt at the table. So that's kind of like how I look at it now. Is it's like obviously certain meats like you need to salt it at the beginning. You're gonna lose a lot of it in the pan anyway, etc., etc. So you over salt it for that reason. It helps to create the char. That's how we get the flavor we're looking for. So like there's examples like that, but then there's like vegetables, salt in the water, and then of course maybe a little salt right after you pull them just to have them do what they do. Salt has this osmosis effect where it helps to pull moisture in and out of different cells. It's a unique thing. It's kind of cool what it does in cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I never think about it. I never find that things need like salt. I don't know, like so, like when I made bread, I put salt in because I'm not gonna fuck around with that. Like the recipe calls for a very low amount of salt. I'll put that in. If I'm like making something and I'm like seasoning it, salt is not one of the things that I put in because I feel like some of the other things that I put in might have a slight saltiness. Like I might put in like something that's like if I'm making like roasted potatoes, right? And like I've chopped up the potatoes and I have them in like a fucking roasting pan and I put a little bit of fucking butter in it. I'll like put pepper on it. Maybe I'll put a little bit of seasoning salt. And then maybe I will put a little bit of like garlic plus from Clubhouse or some shit. And then that's like I let them cook. I'll stir it up, the oil from the butter and the saltiness from the butter. Like that's where I'm getting it from. So it's not like I hate salt. I just like, I don't even own table salt. Like I have one of those salt, like pink salt fucking crusher things. And if I need it for like the baking, I just put it between two spoons and I just fucking crush it up like I'm crushing up a pill. And then I just fucking put it in the bread or whatever. Or like when I made the pizza dough, there was like basically a pinch of salt.
Like I prefer grinding my own salt. Like I get the raw sea salt, throw it in the grinder, grind it. Good for the forearms.
The nice little electric grinders where you just push the button and it goes, and all of a sudden it just comes out the bottom. Pretty slick.
Yeah, I thought about buying one, and then I looked at the price of a couple of them and was like, I'll just spend $10 on the manual. But they're nice to have. We got one of the hand crank cheese graters like that, like you feed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a game changer. So, yeah, anything to make that shit easier, I'm all for it. Let's get it. Now I need one of those mandolin slicers so I can cut my fingers off. No, seriously, so I can make things like potato chips.
Slice some meats.
I don't know how well.
Oh, you're talking about, never mind. You're talking about the smaller. Yeah.
There is a meat slicer attachment, I think, for KitchenAid stand mixers.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I have no idea what the hell that's going to cost. It's got to be something crazy expensive. It's an attachment to a KitchenAid.
Yeah, my mom used to have like all the attachments at one point.
Yeah, those shits are expensive.
We got her like the real nice, dope stainless steel one for like her birthday or Mother's Day one year.
Dude, they're pretty badass. I actually made peanut butter cookies today using one. Like a stand mixer? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have my grandmother's from like who knows when.
They last, bro.
That's it. Like they are tanks.
Well, dude, so like the one, it's Liz's and it has like a bread hook as well. And so like that's what I made like the pizza dough with. That's what I made the bread dough with and all that shit. It works beautifully. And I'll tell you, after I made peanut butter cookies like maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago at this point, and I did it by hand. And I'll tell you what, like anybody that says that's someone who spends a lot of time cooking or baking is not strong, you have not cooked and baked because you have not tried to fucking make like a full batch of like cookies or bread or any of these things that like take a lot of fucking effort. because I was fucking gassed from doing it a little bit ago. Today with the fucking mixer, bro. It was like the easiest thing I've ever done. The hardest decision was using what paddle I was going to use. You know what I'm saying? And it fucking worked mint, because I'll tell you what, boys, the peanut butter cookies, they turned out fire. They're like crispy on the outside edges and they're soft in the middle. Like, I'm like, yeah, you did it.
Yeah, I could fuck up a peanut butter cookie right now.
I'm going to fuck up one after we're done because I haven't put them away yet. They're still on the racks.
Bro. A little dipski?
No, I won't do that.
Oh, I do. I dip all my cookies, bro.
Dude, a peanut butter cookie and some milk is hard to beat. And
Dude,
lucky
fire,
you,
bro.
Chris, we are at the end of our time, so you get to enjoy that cookie very shortly. So go ahead and bring us on home so we can all get ourselves some cookies.
Yeah, so well, the one thing I'll say is thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. I am going to enjoy some freshly made peanut butter cookies. Maybe I'll just have two. They're not that big. They're like the size of a bit bigger than an Oreo. They're not, maybe the size of a Chips Ahoy cookie. That's about the size of them. So I'll probably have a couple. But I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to, whatever episodes you haven't caught before by going to shedtimepodcast.com. You can check all that out. And of course, you can check us out on Friday nights on the Fringe Dank and Vapor YouTube channel for a little show that we call The Green Room. So come by for that. Kick it. I think that's everything for me. So everybody be safe. Have a good week. Live your best life. James, go ahead, sir.
As always, shout outs to all the Shedheads for your guys' continuous support. Make sure you guys go check out the website, shedtimepodcast.com, for all your links for everything that we've ever mentioned pretty much on the show, as far as, guests, links to different shows, all the other good stuff. Other than that, check us out Friday. With that being said, I'm going to end as I always do, sing out all those potted vibes, crisp hot vibes. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them, and a little bag or dab will do you.
That's right, friends. One more time, shedtimepodcast.com has links to everything, Patreon, merch store, and so much more. So go check it out. And with all of that, I'm going to tell you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool, don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun. It's the Shedtime Podcast, and it's time to blow one up and blow one out.